Orale, Holmes, it's me, Little Hater, the best podcast in Long Beach. Check it out, dog. Today we're at the Laugh Factory, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, keep it down over there, dog. We're doing a podcast. No, just kidding. Look, I'm right here with my good friend Sergio. He's taking over for the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, right, dog?
I'm working with Paul on producing Spanglish every Thursday.
Yeah. All right, tell him who you is.
Every Thursday. Oh, my name is Sergio, Nicaragüense, Costarricense. Every Thursday, Laugh Factory in Hollywood, 7:45 Spanglish. Tenemos a bunch of Latino comedians from all sorts of Latinos, Mexicans, Central Americans, South Americans, Españoles. So come down and laugh with us.
Hey, that sounds great. Listen, dog, I just wanted to introduce you. I wanted to introduce you. Oh, dog, I'm smoking out too much weed, dog. Way too many Coronas. Or I just wanted to introduce you to my guest. And you know what? I got to go do my podcast, and I got to go get ready for my comedy show, dog.
There you go.
So,
excellent.
So Gracie's going to take over, dog.
We'll have to share the stage pretty soon. Keep an eye out. We'll be on the stage together.
Best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts.
What it is. Podcast.
Hi, guys. I'm Gracie Armijo, and I have a podcast called Going Nuts with Glenn and Gracie. You can watch it on YouTube. Also, comic. And I'm here going to interview Sergio. We're actually here at the Laugh Factory. Sergio just finished a show, and I will be here next week, so maybe you guys can show up.
Yes.
So Sergio, it's Spanglish. Sergio took over. He's actually hosting the Laugh Factory now. And Sergio, so how long have you been doing comedy?
Comedy, we're going on 6 years now. I started in Northern California, so I started in San Francisco and moved to LA right before the pandemic. Timing was perfect.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
I've been doing it for too long, but I don't want to say, but 6 years it's nice that 6 years and you're over here hosting the Laugh Factory. That's like that's great.
Yeah.
For you to be doing that.
I'm grateful to Paul Rodriguez. He's the one who saw me and said, "You're funny." And I was like, "Oh, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. I'm good to go." So, and here we are.
Yeah, I have known Paul for over 30 years. He's always pushed me to do comedy too. So I guess we have something in common.
There you go.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Gosh, that's great. Also, do you enjoy living in LA from the Bay Area?
There's a big difference, but I actually really like it. There's more diversity here. It's more Latinos, but just more diversity as well. And also, you can go to different parts of LA, whether I hit Long Beach, whether I hit whatever it is, it's like, oh, there's so much more to see. San Francisco, it's small. It's 7 by 7. So here.
Yeah. I've never been to San Francisco, and I understand now that all the stores are closing and it's not a tour site anymore. Do you agree on that?
It's struggling. I just did a show there in September at Cobb's Comedy Club, and it's struggling a little bit. So it's going to take some time for San Francisco to find its way. I would say hopefully within 3 to 5 years, it'll be back to normal.
Oh, that'd be great, because I'll be 70 and I'll be able to enjoy like taking the bus tour to San Francisco.
Same. I'll be 70 as well, so we'll go together.
Okay, that sounds great. So question, with comedy here and comedy in San Francisco, do you feel that how do you feel about the comedy here? Oh my gosh, I can't even speak.
The difference of
comedy from San Francisco to here.
Well, the great thing about doing comedy here is that when you're at a place like the Laugh Factory, you see people who are touring, who are professionals working, and you're like, oh wow, I just saw a show with Whitney Cummings, Paul Rodriguez, and it's like, that's great. And in San Francisco, you only see that when the comedians come to tour. So I get the exposure to see professionals honing oh wow, that's what that looks like. I got to work harder. So I find it very inspiring. One difference is San Francisco is a little more not politically correct in the wrong way, but if you do a really racist, homophobic, ageist joke, the audience will call you on it. So it forces you to be clever. I can't just go up there and body shame someone and think it's funny. So that's one thing that I really noticed.
So you got trained really well over there. So when you came down here, you didn't have to.
Yeah. If I say anything politically incorrect, you will get called out. And the audience, the comics, people will look at you like, really? It's not 1992. So that is actually a really good training wheel, because I should be able to make you laugh without making fun of your culture, your gender, or your body.
Exactly.
So unless you're a straight white man, in that case, we mess with you all the time.
Yeah, because I used to always say I'm a female comic. And then I heard, well, you know what? I don't say you're a female comic, because you're not. You're a comic.
Yeah.
you don't want to put yourself on that level as a
Yeah.
female comic.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
I agree.
and also, do you have a day job?
I do have a day job. Comedy is not paying as well as I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
So
You'll find that out. I have a friend calls me. Well, how much are you gonna get paid? How much? Excuse me.
Yes.
You don't make money as a comic. And people
No.
think that you do. And actually, you need to have a full-time job. You need it for money to come in.
yes, you need a full-time job, and luckily for my job, I could work from home.
Oh,
So
that's
as,
fantastic.
Yes. So as long as I do my job and I hit all my goals, 5 o'clock, that laptop goes down and I go out to do comedy. So that's the great thing about my job. I've never had a job that I got to work from home. So this is the first for me. So yeah, I do have a regular job. I'm in sales. And I like it.
Yeah. And do you go out every night, or you just go out nights that you're booked?
You know, when I started, I was going out every night. Every night I was doing mics left, right, and center. But now, one, I'm not 25, so I can't be staying up till midnight every night. So
Yeah.
when I'm working on new material that I really don't know, I got to go ahead and test it out. So I'll go out. So I mainly go out when I perform. And then if I'm really working on something new, I'm like, all right, I got to go test this out. So then I'll go out more often. I'm actually prepping for an hour. I'm doing an hour in March in San Francisco.
Oh,
or
wow.
February. Yeah. 75 minutes technically. So
Nice.
I have to really iron out. And today I did all my material about Portland because I performed in Portland. And I was like, oh, I got to really iron this material out. So yes, you'll be seeing me out more.
Oh, that's good. And how about the cruise ships? I mean, have you ever thought about doing the whole cruise ships? Because I know a lot of comics are out there doing cruise ships now.
You know, I don't think I'm too PG. I think I'm not a dirty comic. I don't use profanities,
Yeah.
and I don't say bitch, whore, fuck, or any of that.
Yes.
That being said, my material's a little adult, a little bluish, we can say. Taboo. I say taboo.
And I'm with you there because
Yeah.
my material too is a little taboo.
Yeah,
I guess
taboo's a good word for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm a rabble rouser. Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity came, I'd be happy to test it out. But if they want middle America PG, I may struggle with that a little bit.
Yeah, and you're on your show that you're going to do an hour. Are you taping it here in the Bay or in the San
We're
Francisco?
taping it in the Bay.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, we're going to tape the whole thing and see what we can do with it.
And you already have a place that you're.
We have a place. The booker who saw me, he's booked me now 3 years in a row
Oh, nice.
to headline for him. So it's been great because it happens at Cobb's Comedy Club, and that's where I started. I started in San Francisco, so
Oh, wow,
it was
that's
really cool
great.
to like see it. It's like, oh wow, that's my name. So February, March next year, 75 minutes needs to be ironed out, and I get to really tell the story of like who I am as a person.
Yeah.
When you have 8 minutes, you're like, okay, what's funny? What can I say? So here it's like, oh, I got enough time to iron it out.
Yeah, and that's so nice because you always get 8, you get 10, you get 15.
Yeah.
And when you get a chance to do it half an hour, it's amazing. You're like, oh my gosh, I just went through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And I still have more.
Yes.
You know?
You can take your time, and that's what I like. It's like, oh, I can take my time. I can really breathe, as opposed to, oh, I got 8 minutes. I got to pack in all the laughs. So I'm excited. It'll be a good challenge too. Yeah.
Now I feel guilty because I've been doing it for so long, and I was like, I'm not pushing to do an hour, and I guess I'm retired now, so I have plenty of time on my hands.
There you go.
So I actually have been, this week I didn't go out that much,
Yeah.
but usually I'll try to go out every night just to hang out. Because I understand you have to hang out to people know that you're out there doing comedy.
Yeah.
Since there's so many comedians out there, so many, it's hard to just get, time.
Yes, that is very true. That's one of the other differences. Like in San Francisco, we'll go to rooms and stuff, and you're like, oh man, there's so many comedians. You come here, and that number is quadrupled. You're like, oh, you
Yes.
thought that was a lot of people? Look at this. So yes, that is the other thing. But I got to rest. I got to get my beauty sleep. I work out at 5:30 in the morning, so I can't be staying up till like midnight, 1 in the morning every night. My body's like, screw you, you're not 15. So tomorrow morning, 5:30, the alarm goes off. I'll be at the gym by 6. I'll be at work by 8.
Wow.
So I'm a little machine. I'm a little OCD.
I admire when people get up that early to work out.
Yeah.
Because I'm barely falling asleep sometimes. Now that I'm retired, it's crazy because sometimes I'm trying to get to sleep and I look and it's like, oh no, it's 3 o'clock.
Oh,
And
in the afternoon? Because that happens to me.
no, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man, let me tell you, I wake up at 2, 3 in the morning, and I'll be up for 3 hours, and I'm like, so I started literally doing edibles, not because I want to be high, because I need to sleep.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what I do. I smoke some, do edibles, and I even take melatonin.
Oh, yeah, melatonin doesn't work on me.
It doesn't really work, but I have all these pills, so I still
Yeah.
take them.
At this point, I'm willing to use a mallet and hit myself over the head with it. Because, yes, I'll go to bed like at 9 or 10. I'll be up at 2 a.m. And then I'll be up for 3 hours. And it's like, okay, now I can't even go to the gym.
So yeah, when you get up, well, like say 3 o'clock, you get up. Do you get out of bed, or you just stay in bed thinking, oh, I need to get some sleep?
I try to sleep. And if I cannot, I would just watch TV. And then sometimes that'll make me fall asleep. But it'll be I'll watch an entire movie and I'm like, there's no way I'm waking up in a half hour. So then I'll just wake up at 8 and then I'll go to the gym in the afternoon. Or I now take naps. I'm at an age where I take naps during the day. Yes, I'm at that good old age of naps. And also I wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Never had to do that before. I now need reading glasses too.
Age.
You know, I was looking forward to turning 40 when I was 20. And all my friends were like, what are you talking about? Nobody. And it's like, I've been looking forward to it. And I like it, but I still feel like I'm 15. Here, I feel the same. My body's like, look, you need to calm down. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I get drunk off a Gatorade on top of that. So, yeah.
So are you enjoying this whole comedy ride that you're on right now?
I do like it. I really enjoy the process of writing a joke. And when the joke doesn't work, and then you keep working it, and then it eventually works, that to me is like the best feeling. Like writing the material is probably one of my biggest joys. It's like, oh, this little idea came out of nothing.
Yeah.
And then
you just keep on adding to it
and you
and
just
adding
keep
to it, adding to it, and adding to it, and adding to it. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh. Or like, oh, do you have somebody that you talk to, like say, hey, what do you think about this joke?
Yes, I will call. The funny thing is, I'll call some of my really good friends, and I'll call my best friend, and I'll say, "Hey, I'm thinking. What do you think of this?" And then the funny thing is, as soon as you start doing that, people start giving you way more information. You're like, "Okay, you're going too far." Like, I just needed a haha. That was funny. So yes, but like, I mean, a friend of mine complimented me and said, "Oh, you look You're very charming on stage." And I just wrote charming. And then somebody else said, "Oh, you're getting older. Oh, I'm gonna call you a daddy." And then I wrote daddy. And out of those words, a joke came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, here it is. So I love that process. I really do. I mean, and then to be able to perform it and deliver it and like play with it enough times. It's like I have a joke that has been reworked about 5 times now.
Yeah.
And it's about my mom, which people don't like jokes about moms. They struggle with it. But now people are laughing. It's like, oh, I finally crossed over where this is funny. They're not like, oh, feeling sorry for me.
Yeah, because I know I had a joke and my friend gave it to me and I go, oh, that's really dirty. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah.
But you know, rest his soul, he's passed away. So to me, I'm never going to give up that joke because it's a friend that, you know, he gave me that tag.
Yeah.
And
He gave you a tag. I love it when someone gives you a really
gave
good
me the
tag.
tag, and it was like kind of a nasty tag. And I don't want to say it because I'll let you see it when I
come on.
next week.
Oh, there you go.
When I'm here next week,
Come
you'll hear
next
it.
week.
Come next week.
Thursday, the 19th, Laugh Factory, Hollywood. We're going to hear the dirty tag.
Digger tag. Yeah. And it's so funny because when he first gave it to me, I'm like, oh no, I can't say that. That's like so, oh no, I can't say that.
Yeah.
But then after you learn how to say it, and when you say it, it's, you know, blue. But when you're saying it, it's kind of funny. So it's blue, but it's not like, oh, she said that. You know,
I know what you mean. Sometimes friends will be like, oh, why don't you say this? And I'm like, I can't say that on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know that I'm not clean, but that's pushing. That's like beyond dirty.
So now I added another. So the other day, I can't wait to try it. I added a no tag to it. It's kind of like a callback from something I said before.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to try that and see how that works.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make it so like, you know.
Nice. No, I hear you. And that's the part of comedy that I love. I mean, hearing laughter, when you make a room that's just sitting there and then they start laughing, that is a great feeling. But that process of writing a joke and tweaking it and making it work, it's like the best feeling.
And do you tape every time you are on stage?
So I'm a visual learner. So I will watch. This is what I do. I listen to the set. And then I watch it with no sound, and then I watch it with sound. So when I hear it, I'm like, oh, what does that sound like? And then I'll turn off the sound. I'm like, what do I do on stage? And I notice, like, if I move the mic, if I'm playing with the chord, if I'm stepping on the laughter, or, like I developed this habit of doing this for no reason. And then I started seeing it across my videos. I'm like, oh, what is that about? So then I'm like, keep your arm down. And then I watch the whole thing, but I can only watch it probably 2 to 3 times. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. But I'm a visual learner. So I record everything. I watch it. I analyze it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. Or, that was worse than I thought. So
Yeah. So now with the Laugh Factory doing this on Thursday, and now that you are actually booking everybody, are you gonna have other comics that are like maybe open micers actually come in and
Well-
what do they need to do? Like if they're an open micer and they want to get 5 minutes, what do you suggest they do to get a spot on your show on Thursday?
One, send a clip. So sometimes people will message me and say, "Hey, can I do a spot?" And I'm like, "I have no idea who this person is. I've never seen them. So if you want to do it, do a spot. Be funny. Have a good clip. Don't have someone holding your phone. You know, if you've been talking for a minute and a half and no one's laughing, find another clip. So just send a
So
clip.
you want to make sure the clip has laughter in it.
Well, no, just want to make sure that they're delivering
yeah,
a joke.
Exactly.
Like,
We know
yeah.
what. Let them know what you're looking for when you watch a tape.
Well, be funny. And funny is a subjective word. The show's about to start.
Okay.
But yeah, just send a clip. Make sure it's a good, clean clip, and we can go from there.
Did you hear that? Send it to him, and we'll have on the bottom of this film
Subtitles.
We'll have his
Sergio the Comic is my
DM.
social media.
We'll
Yeah.
have his social media on
Yeah,
there, and if
easy.
you guys want to submit, send a tape, and we'll see what happens. Maybe
Yeah,
you'll get a
well-
5-minute spot at the Laugh Factory.
Always looking for women too. So if you're a female, Latina, send your clip.
So that's all the time we have. I want to thank Little Hater for letting me interview Sergio here, and I hope you guys got us a lot of information that you
Yeah.
can use.
Thank you for having me. And yes, send your clips and love to share the stage with all of you.
See you guys.
See ya.